Hello guys, it's Raven here back with part 2 of our Let's Play Oblivion Remastered walkthrough. So last time we went ahead and created our character, we went through the Imperial sewer systems, watched an old man die, bare feet in it, you know, all good things. We do have a couple of things on the agenda for today's video. Primarily, we are going to be getting a whole lot of money, so that is going to be very nice. We are going to go ahead and start off on Wayne and Priory to get some gear. I have tested this with a higher level character. I think I was like level 10 when I came back here, so definitely it should have scaled by then. And it was the same iron equipment, so if the equipment doesn't scale, then you might as well take advantage of it right at the beginning of the game, where it's actually a gear upgrade and not just a waste of time. So we're just going to quickly gather some alchemy ingredients. Look to see, oh, we do get a repair hammer, very nice. And I think that's it as far as containers out here. But we're going to go in for talking to good old Joffrey. So let's go ahead and head upstairs. He's right up here to the right. You, sir.
I'm Brother Joffrey. What do you want?
I brought you the Amulet of Kings.
This cannot be. No one but the Emperor is permitted to handle the amulet. Let me see it.
Here you are.
By the Nine! This is the Amulet of Kings. Who are you? How did you get this? What do you know of the Emperor's death?
I'll go ahead and tell you what he said.
As unlikely as your story sounds, I believe you. Only the strange destiny of Uriel Septim could have brought you to me carrying the Amulet of Kings.
Who's the Prince of Destruction?
The Prince of Destruction he referred to is none other than Mehrunes Dagon, one of the lords of the demonic world of Oblivion. The Emperor's words, "Close shut the jaws of Oblivion," certainly suggest that he perceived some threat from Oblivion. But all the scholars agree that the mortal world is protected from the daedra of Oblivion by magical barriers.
How can Oblivion threaten us then?
I'm not sure. Only the Emperors truly understand the meaning behind the rituals of coronation. The Amulet of Kings is ancient. Saint Alicia herself received it from the gods. It is a holy relic of great power. When an emperor is crowned, he uses the amulet to light the dragon fires at the Temple of the One in the Imperial City. With the Emperor dead and no new heir crowned, the dragon fires in the temple will be dark, for the first time in centuries. It may be that the dragon fires protected us from a threat that only the Emperor was aware of.
The Emperor asked me to find his son.
I am one of the few who know of his existence. Many years ago, I served as captain of Uriel's bodyguards, the Blades. One night, Uriel called me into his private chambers. A baby boy lay sleeping in a basket. Uriel told me to deliver him somewhere safe. He never told me anything else about the baby, but I knew it was his son. From time to time, he would ask about the child's progress. Now, it seems that this illegitimate son is the heir to the Septim throne, if he yet lives.
Where can I find him?
His name is Martin. He serves Akatosh in the chapel in the city of Kvatch, south of here. You must go to Kvatch and find him at once. If the enemy is aware of his existence, as seems likely, he is in terrible danger. And please, let me know if there's anything you need. My resources here are limited, but I will help in any way I can.
All right, let's get that assistance.
I keep a few things here in my chest.
Yes. Hurry it up. I don't know why he doesn't let us take this apparatus equipment, but that's fine. All right, so we finally got some stuff for our feet. And the Cuirass and Greaves from here are better than what we have. So we're just gonna take the stuff that doesn't weigh a lot and be done with it. So we are over encumbered, so we're just gonna drop this. I'm gonna use the new Greaves, drop that. Where are Lamborghinis, and you're good. We are gonna go ahead and talk with Mayboro.
I know that you are on an important mission for the Blades. Please, if you need a horse, take mine from the Priory stables.
Thank you, my good man.
Go with Talos's blessings. Do not fail.
Yep. Okay. Oh, I must have missed these mushrooms. Okay, and we can also speak with this dark elf fellow over here.
I'm the shepherd here. Eranor's the name, and this is Waynon Priory.
And ask him for assistance, and he'll give us a repair hammer.
I normally stay out of the affairs of the great folk that come through Waynon Priory to see Master Joffrey. But go ahead and take this hammer. You might have use of it, and I have others. Not much call for smith work around here in any case. Well, we both have better things to do than stand here all day exchanging idle gossip. Good day to you now.
Thank you, sir. And then our horse is the paint horse right here. So we just go ahead and ride it. And a little bit of janky Elder Scrolls horse mechanics. And our next destination is the Imperial City Arena. Okay, so right here we can just slide ourselves into this little corner right here, and we are going to avail ourselves of the winnings of the arena. So this will ever be a slow falling tumbler. There we go. Alright, boom. 500 gold, just like that. Now we are going to Shaden Hall to the East Gate. And go right back out to the Nibide Basin. Our horse is stabled on the other side of the city. That's why he didn't travel with us. But one thing that is rather important is that our priority for skill leveling is that we want to get our destruction skill to 50. Only 25 right now, so we got quite a ways to go on that. But that is going to be very useful in effectuating our weapon damage later on, if you can believe it. So, oh, just missed. Just missed again. I thought there was like a wolf or something around here. They're not a wolf? A wolf? Oh, I was gonna use you for target practice. Alright, alright. Guess we're gonna go without. Oh, I do see that deer. Just missed. He's got like supernatural hearing or something. Can't quite get to him. Alright, you're safe for now, dear. I'm just gonna grab a couple of alchemy ingredients. Doesn't matter too much, but might as well. So we are first gonna come up to this corner section of the wall here and mosey our way on up here. Go all the way down, around, across. We're gonna edge out onto this right here so that we can walk along this. And at the end of this path, there's a nice little collection of gold and also a base ring of speed. It's worth a good amount, so we'll just quickly gather up some of this gold. We're probably gonna end up selling that. If I'm not remembering incorrectly, it's like fortifies 6 speed on yourself, which is like you can't even tell. You can't even tell the difference between having 6 speed or not, especially when you're encumbered. Once we get into the Imperial City again, I will go ahead and explain the speed mechanics as it relates to wearing armor. So it's just it'll be a little bit clearer of a demonstration. Yeah. So we're gonna go over here into this hollowed out tree trunk, jump up here and take this trapdoor. And there is a bunch of stuff in here that we can loot. So we got this chest with a couple potions, alchemy ingredients. We're not gonna take the ale. Some more alchemy ingredients. Alchemy, nothing in there. And we do have a jewelry box right here that we can raid. There we go. There we go. Alright, what do we got? Not bad, not a bad little haul. We got some leather gauntlets, but that's probably fine. We got an average lock here. Oh. There we go. 15 gold for that, wow. Human hearts are a little bit weighty, but that's fine. So we got another mortar and pestle, we got an alembic, and a retort. Unfortunately, no calcinator here, which calcinators are the best alchemy equipment, in my opinion, because they're the ones that most increase the magnitude of your potions, but we'll get calcinator soon. But the real prize is in here in this locked barrel, 10 poisoned apples worth 300 each. So I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly overweighted walk my way over to this bed, which you can sleep in. You can use this house as like a little nice little safe house. This is part of the Dark Brotherhood questline later on, I believe. But we're just gonna sleep so that we can level up. And for the next little bit, I'm going to be putting 5 points into strength just for the carry weight. It's just a convenience thing. I'll probably go until 50 or 55. And then we're going to do 4 points in willpower, because that's actually the one that we want to level up most. And then we'll put the remainder in agility for a little bit extra damage. So with that, we're no longer overweight walking. And now we are going to go to the market district. It is past business hours. Business are from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So let me just go ahead and wait 3 hours. Go. And we are going to first make our way over to the Mystic Emporium, which is this one here. It is just here on the map. So you start right here, you come through this little like side passage, and it's the very last door on the right. So Orlin Way is going to be your person that gives you the best prices here, and we're going to explain a little bit about how the persuasion minigame works.
What can I do for you?
So for the persuasion minigame, we can see that she has a base level of 35.
This better be good.
As we sit in this menu, this will gradually decrease. So after we're waiting a couple of seconds, it'll start going down to 34, 33, so on and so forth. One thing that affects the amount of attitude that you have with any given merchant is whether you have your weapon out or not. So you can, or actually I think this number only degrades when you actually hit the start and you're in the actual menu itself. So what we want to do is have our weapon out when we first talk with her, which will artificially decrease this to 25. The maximum number that this can be is determined by your personality stat, I believe. And since we're never going to be putting points into that, this is just a way to give us that extra little boost of attitude. So we're going to draw our weapon.
What?
Which is going to put her down to 25, like I said. I'm going to quickly explain this minigame. So she doesn't like this one. The red is extreme dislike. This is dislike. This one is like, and this one is extreme like. So the most important thing, so you can see our attitude is ticking down. The most important thing is that you lose more than you gain. So you want you want to prioritize the small wedges being on the like, or on the very dislike and the dislike, as opposed to getting bigger wedges on the like and very like. It is, I mean, of course you want big wedges there, but it's more important to get the smaller wedges on the dislike. So we're just gonna do something like this.
Don't try to manipulate me.
And this is an unfortunate one, but we're just gonna go like this.
Let's just talk.
That
Well,
is a
you
good
can't- that's
one.
what- Don't try to manipulate me.
We just go round and round like in
That's just
circles
talk.
like
That's
this.
really don't really interesting. Real. You're oh, don't waste your flattery
Okay,
on.
so we'll do
What
that one.
nonsense.
Do that one, that one, and that
That's
one.
really funny.
So 69 is the highest that we can get. We can bribe her for 3 more disposition, but it's fine. Yeah. So now we're gonna go ahead and put our weapon away.
A pleasure.
And if we persuade her, we'll see it's actually
Go
at
on.
79, and it says you've reached the maximum disposition for this character. Based, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's on our personality. It may have something to do with the speechcraft skill as well. But we're not going to be leveling up those. Those are pretty shit. We are going to use her because she is a merchant with a novice skill level. So the way that prices are determined is their skill level in mercantile, your skill level in mercantile, and their disposition. So I have actually found this handy little tool online. Let me just go ahead and quickly navigate over to that. So we do have this Oblivion haggle calculator right here. So you can put in your disposition, or the disposition that the NPC has with you, your mercantile skill, their mercantile skill, which you can actually search. This is Orlin Way, and it has it like loaded in what her skill is. And then if you have any changes in luck, and pretty much all of the merchants have 50 luck, so you don't really have to worry about this bottom one. But let me just quickly look at what our skill is for mercantile.
Good day.
So our mercantile skill is 5. Perfect. And her
Well,
attitude is
Certainly.
79. So
The finest
using
goods at
this,
lowest prices
I'm
in
gonna enter
all
79. And there we go, 23. So what we will do is we will go to the haggle. We'll go in the middle, which is going to be 75. And this is 23, so we can go 3 points over. So 1, 2, 3. We can do at 78%. We will go ahead and just sort by weight and begin selling. We'll keep the alchemy ingredients for now. All
That's a fair
the
deal.
base. We don't need restore
That's a
fatigue.
good deal.
We don't need damage fatigue. We can sell those ales. We have an extra mortar and pestle. Silver goblet. Keep the cure disease for a rainy day. Those healing potions are very valuable, so we'll just go ahead and sell them. We don't need the respite. We'll keep the magicka. A lot of rat meat, but we'll just hold on to it for now. We don't need damage endurance. Keep paralyze. We don't need
You
drain
drive a
health.
hard bargain.
Go
That
ahead and get
seems
rid
a
of
fair.
that, and the fire shield.
You've made a good bit of gold.
We'll keep these lesser ones except for the fatigue. We don't need the fatigue. But we'll keep the restore magicka. We don't need the
You
strength
drive a hard
potion.
bargain. A good
Sell the spell scrolls
drive a hard.
and the gemstones. And the shock and the sapphire. And then of course the poison apples. So the way that merchants work in Oblivion, like if you had come from Skyrim, whenever you sell things to a merchant, their total gold supply dwindles with every item that they purchase. So if they had 500 gold and you sold them 498 gold worth of items, they would only have 2 gold left over. In Oblivion, it's different. It's really it's a little dumb how it is. So this just sets the maximum transaction that they can do at one time. So if you have a large amount of valuable items like this, you can just simply sell them in a smaller quantity. So we'll sell 8 for 1,888 gold. She could buy that no problem, and then she can just buy the next 2 poison
That seems
apples.
a fair price. I appreciate your business.
Not as much as we appreciate you, Orlin Way. Thank you very much. Oh, one thing that we want to do
A pleasure.
before we leave,
I offer the finest goods at
we want
lowest
to buy
prices.
Weakness to Magicka. This is going to be very important for our damage later on. The rest of these spells, there are some good ones, but they're really high level, and honestly, you can just make better custom spells. So the only one you need is Weakness to
Thank you.
Magicka.
Come again. Goodbye.
And we will leave. So our mercantile skill is up to 15 now, so we'll have to incorporate that into when we go to our next merchant. And let me just Let me
What is
quickly
it, citizen?
go through all of these free barrels and boxes and see if I can't get some repair hammers, gold, and alchemy ingredients. So I'll speed through this. Okay, so I think we only got 2 repair hammers. That's a little unlucky. Usually I get anywhere from 3 to 5 when I come through here, so oh well. We'll just have to pick up some extra ones at that fighting chance. So let's go over here to the Merchant's Inn, and we'll find our second major merchant that we're going to be dealing with. So Orland Way has the best prices, and Milthus has the second best. So he already starts off with 80 disposition. We can't get that any higher, so we'll just go ahead and go. We'll get over to our handy dandy chart. So he has 80 disposition. We now have 15 mercantile skill. And let us search for Nilfis. And so we go right in the center with him. So haggle. So 50 to 90. So that is a difference of 40. So we go to 70. Okay, and we can go ahead and sell. I will sell the staff, short sword. We're gonna get better daggers than both of these, but we'll use this for repair hammer experience, or armor experience rather, not repair hammer experience. And sell the base ring speed, the brass ring. Not the leak. All these arrows. All these arrows. We don't need that many lockpicks. We'll sell like 40. And I believe that should be it. We'll keep everything else. Oh, just from that brief little detour, getting the poisoned apples, getting the arena gold, and selling all the stuff, we made 4,500 gold.
Thank you for your good day.
You're very welcome, sir. Now there's one last thing we have to do. Well, 2 things technically. I do want to go and buy
How goes it?
some repair hammers, so we'll go over right next door to a fighting chance.
Welcome.
Rosan, and
Go ahead.
we got 41. I'm not
You too.
gonna bother
Go
with
ahead,
doing anything
please.
further. So he's got 41 disposition. His name is Rosan. So we can go 9 in. So
Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
so to 51. Okay, and we are going to buy her repair hammers.
Tell your friend. Farewell.
Yep. All right. Now the last actually important thing that we're gonna do is go and speak with our good friend Edgar over at his shop of the same name for discount spells, and we are going to buy one of my favorite spells in the game. So we will go ahead and do this trick with him.
Edgar Vautrin, you don't want the very best. You want cheap. And I got cheap.
Gotta love that. Alright, so let's go ahead and quickly persuade him. So he doesn't like those two, so
Not bad. I don't. No more. You're frightening me.
okay,
That's
so
pretty
we'll
good.
go
I
boop, boop,
don't.
boop.
Don't. Please. I'm sorry. Sure. I
boop,
don't.
boop,
But no
boop.
more. You're frightening me. Yes.
This one,
yeah,
that
I
one,
get
this
I
one,
don't-
that
not
one.
now. Not later. Not ever.
So 70 is the maximum.
Take care.
Go ahead and put away our dagger.
Edgar Va-
So that we
please,
are
go
at
on.
80.
Can I interest
And
you in some
then-
of my wares? You too.
I'm sure our mercantile went up, so let me just quickly take a look at that. We're up to 20 now.
Edgar Vautrin.
So
Please,
he's got
go
80
on.
disposition. We've got 20 mercantile and Edgar. So we're going to go right in the middle with him.
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
So it goes from 43 to 83, so 63 is where we want. And we want to buy Ease Burden. There are some other okay spells that we can get around here, but that's the only one that's really necessary. So
You too.
good day, Edgar. We're going to quickly hotkey that. Number 4. And I'm going to do a quick demonstration of how speed works. So, of course, there is the speed stat, which does help determine how fast you go. There is the athletics skill, which also helps determine how fast you go. And there is a mechanic the game doesn't explain very well called worn weapon weight variable. So every piece of gear that we have, all of this weight combines to slow us down. So to show you what I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly just run naked through town. It doesn't matter about the dagger. As long as you don't have the dagger out, then it's not going to count towards our worn weapon weight variable. If we draw it, then it will. But because we have no worn weapon weight variable right now, let's go ahead and time ourselves from the corner of this building to the corner of that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we do that exactly in 4 seconds. Now, to go ahead and demonstrate with our gear, because we are going to be wearing... Where the heck? Oh, there's my shield. It's just not showing up in the UI. Okay, now with all of our weapons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nearly 5. So it does slow you down quite considerably. But one thing that we can do is use a feather spell. So feather spells both increase your maximum carry weight. So if we take a look, right now we have 225 carry weight. Ease Burden does 50 points. So we'll cast that. And we have 268. It's a little funky on the math because it doesn't actually directly add to your carry weight. It subtracts from what you are previously carrying. So the consequence of that is that it will remove weight from your worn weapon variable. So what do we have right now? We've got 30, 30, 60, and then an additional 15. So 75 points of worn weapons or worn equipment that are slowing us down. With the Ease Burden, we took off 50, so there's only 25. But as you remember, it took about 5 seconds to run all the way across. Let's go ahead and time ourselves again. 1, 2, 3, 4, a little over 4. So it really, really makes a difference, especially when we're able to get a higher feather value. I just tend to slap feather onto a bunch of random spells that I was already going to cast because it's very cheap, and it just makes it to where you move as fast as you can. It makes a much bigger difference than just having more speed does. So that is very important mechanic to understand for convenience sake.
I take it you want something. Well, what is it?
I don't want to talk to you is definitely the thing. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and make our way over to Skingrad for another set of important purchases. So we're just going to go ahead and run up this lovely little garden path and make our way over here to the north side of town and join the Mages Guild. Okay, so before we can talk with any of these people, we need to speak with the guildmaster here.
What? I'm rather busy right now. Oh, is this about joining the Mages Guild? I suppose I could spare the time if necessary.
Okay. Would like to join the Mages Guild.
Interested in joining? Great things will be expected of you. Are you sure you're ready for it?
Yes, I want to join the guild.
You are now an associate of the Mages Guild. You must receive a recommendation from every local guild hall in Cyrodiil before you may advance through the ranks of the guild. In the meantime, as a member of the guild, you now have full access to the guild halls around Cyrodiil. Only the Arcane University is close to you.
Alright, well, while we're here, why don't you give me a recommendation quest?
I'm afraid I haven't given it much thought. I'm rather busy, you understand. My research occupies nearly all of my time. Now that I think about it, I do have a small problem concerning Earthor. He's one of the guild mages here. Think you can do something about it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Excellent. I just don't have the time to search for him again, but I do need to consult him about some notes he borrowed. You might want to ask around and see if anyone can be of some help. Let me know when he's back and you'll have your recommendation.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Have Earthor see
So,
if he gets back.
what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna come downstairs
Not more than sheep, though.
and speak with our good friend
I hear you
Silent
got quite a
Solinus.
text from Adriana.
Yeah, he wants us to find Earthor.
A nice enough guy, I suppose, but there was that awful scamp incident last year. That's when Adriana told him he needed to practice somewhere else. Somewhere else. Meaning somewhere far away. So he settled down in Bleak Flats Cave, did all his work there, and came back to town twice a week to check in. Hasn't been around lately, though.
Okay, Bleak Flats Cave.
Oh dear. I just can't seem to remember where that is. What a shame.
Alright, no
I'm here
worries.
to help if you
Drew,
need.
Druya knows.
Who are you? Ah, who cares? I'm Druya. You want something? Or you just practicing your Cyrodiilic?
Yeah, we want to know where Bleak Flats Cave
It's
is.
just northwest of Skingrad. Here, see it on the map? That's where Earthor wound up after Adrian told him he couldn't practice in the guild hall anymore. She probably doesn't even remember that. You might want to make sure she remembers, especially the part about it being her idea.
We will do
Good
just
luck
that.
finding Earthor.
So at this point, you can go out and just go to Bleak Flats Cave and go and rescue Earthor. But if you come back and speak with Adrienne about
You'll
it,
hear about that recommendation, I presume. I'll need to speak with Earthor before I write it.
if we talk with her about Bleak Flats Cave, she will give us a new spell.
Oh, I do remember telling him to go there. Well, we'll just have to do something about that, won't we? By we, I mean you, of course. I have something that may help. It's a basic fireball spell, in case you need to defend yourself. I'll be here when you get back. Good luck.
Okay, cool. So the spell that she teaches us is better than our flare spell. So instead of doing 1 instance of 6 damage, it does 3 instances of 5 damage. And I think it also does explode in a little radius as well. So if you got enemies grouped up, it is also decent. So let's go ahead and make that our primary range spell now. And the most important thing that we did to come here was to speak with our good buddy Solinus. We're going to go ahead and get the best prices that we can.
All right.
So we're going to go...
Don't talk. My oh,
bing,
not
bop.
bad. No, don't talk, right? You sure? That's cute. Not bad. Don't wait. Oh, please.
Okay, so that is the maximum. I think it's worth getting to the next tier.
Isn't that
So we'll
sweet
do
of
that.
you? I appreciate
And we'll
the
do
gesture.
that. Should be fine. And
All
then
right, I get it.
go ahead
I'm
and
here to
just
help
put
if
away
you
our
need
thing.
me. A pleasure.
So
Certainly.
he is at 92, which is very good.
May I interest you in some of
So
my
let me
fine
quickly pull
wares?
up our mercantile sheet. Oh,
I'm
should
here
see what my mercantile skill is. 21.
to help if you need me.
Okay.
It's my pleasure. Have a look around.
So we got
You'll
21.
find better prices in all Tamriel.
He has 92. I think 92, right?
Please go
Yes.
on.
He's
Have a
got
look around.
92.
You won't find better
And
prices in all
this
Tamriel.
is... So... Still... What's his name? Solinus. Okay, it looks like this one, he doesn't have this one, so... he is... Oh, I guess he's not technically a
May I
vendor.
interest you in some of my fine wares?
He's a novice, though. So, we're just going to say that he has 25 to be conservative. We can go to position, well, technically 24. It would be apprentice after that, but we can go to position 24. So 55 to 95, so we can go to 79. And what we need to buy from him, we need a good touch spell, so I'll do electric touch. You can buy frost touch or flame touch, but less things in the game resist electric, so I'll just go ahead and do that. We already have all of the elements from picking destruction as a major skill, so we don't have to worry about getting them for spell making later. And then we are going to grab soul trap. Tempted by defend. We already have a shield spell, so we don't need it, but yeah, I'll just leave that for later. Then we want to buy these weakness spells, most important. Fire, frost, and shock. We don't need poison, but we can do that later. And our skill is too low. We do need a low-level mysticism skill so that we can level up enough to use soul trap, but we'll go ahead and table that for a later date.
I'm here to help.
Okay.
If you need me.
So at this point, we are going to do the last little leg of our journey as far as getting more money. We're going to go through all of the mages halls in Cyrodiil. We're going to primarily look to be grabbing closer
associate.
The alchemy apparatuses. So retorts, alembics, calcinators, and mortar and pestle. And just to make space and to demonstrate a little bit, we're going to go ahead and do some alchemy. So with all 4 pieces of equipment, we are making the most powerful potions that we can for our skill level and the level of each of these individual apparatuses that we have. So these go up to master all of them, but the most important one is calcinator. This increases the potency of it, so the magnitude. Retorts increase the duration of it. So if it was like a damage, let me see, a damage health, which we have. So the magnitude is 3 and the duration is 10. So calcinator affects the magnitude primarily, and retort affects the duration primarily. So calcinator is more important, I think, because you want to do more damage up front, but both of them are useful. Alembics really only useful for limiting negative side effects on potions. So when we get to later game and we're mixing several different ingredients and it may have restore magicka, restore fatigue, and damage health, the alembic will make sure that the damage health is like 1 point for 3 seconds. So it just like basically nullifies the side effects. So if you, for whatever reason, need to drop one of these apparatuses, definitely drop the alembic. It weighs the most and it's the least useful. So we're just going to go ahead and make all of the stuff that we can, favoring a couple of things. So we did damage health already. We want restore magicka and restore health. Well, not fortify health, restore health. Go. And then another thing to keep in mind is that potions are, their weight is determined by the average of the ingredients. So Cairn Bolette cap, let me just quickly find this. So Cairn Bolette cap, where are you? It weighs 0.1, so functionally nothing. So it is a very light ingredient. Human hearts, on the other hand, weigh 5 points. So you saw when we were going to combine the two of them with our restore health potion, Cairn Bolette and human heart, it averages together to be 2.5 pounds. If we were instead to use venison, which is less weighty, let me see, how much does it weigh? Venison only weighs 2. So if we were to instead make a potion of venison and Cairn Bolette cap, it only weighs 1. So in the late game, you just don't want to pick up these weightier ingredients for basic potions like restore health and restore magic, just because it's going to weigh you down unnecessarily. They do have other effects like shock shield that you may not have on these lower level ones, so there is reason to use them. But in the early game, you want to use your heavy ingredients, because they are going to average down to the lowest amount. So we'll do that, and then we only have those remaining. And then, sure, we can do... We have Fortify Magicka, Fortify Health. All the other stuff doesn't really matter. So I'll just go through and make every... Is this really... Okay. What are the filters that I have? Oh, Cure Disease, Restore Health. Okay, there we go. We'll take off Cure Disease. Detect Life. Ah, yes, bread. Everyone knows that you can see through, detect life through walls when you eat bread. Just gonna quickly click through all these. Cheese wheels, likewise, very, very weighty. So even though tobacco leaves weigh almost nothing, it is 1.5 pounds because cheese wheels be heavy. And restore fatigue is going to be the bulk of our stuff. So I think the only thing that we have that is weighty is just those cheese wheels. I guess cheese wedges are a little weighty, and then maybe the corn. But all the rest of these should be very low weight. Okay, that is all for the positives. Burden is a poison that I would almost never use because enemies don't actually have, for the majority, carried weight, so it takes a lot of burden to make any type of difference, and it only makes a difference when you have as much as possible, so I just wouldn't use it. Those are just to sell. Damage intelligence, just to sell. Basically, the only worthwhile poisons are the types of damages, so damage health, fire, frost, and shock damage, and then damage fatigue can be alright, it's not bad. And maybe silence if you're going up against some dangerous mage type enemies. So that saves us a little bit of carry weight, and we did also level up. So I will quickly go ahead and just keep on gathering these. And then of course, once, if and when you become overweight by gathering all these things over encumbered, you can just feather and you can continue to move. And then we're going to be selling all of these apparatuses to Arlenway in the market. While you are doing this, you will likely level up just from moving around, selling things, doing alchemy, and casting your feather spell. And I would say that we should get strength to 55. Oh, and I'm already completely overweight. Get strength to 55 just so that you have more carry capacity just for usefulness, and do willpower and then agility in that order. Then once you have 55, it's probably okay to do willpower and then strength or agility depending on your preference. But I am going to go ahead and go through all the guild halls, just grab up everything that isn't nailed down. There are also silver daggers in the various mage halls, so grab one of those because that's going to be better than our rusty iron dagger. And once we have done all of that, I will see you on the flip and we will show how much money we have. So we have 3,062 right now, remember that. I will see you in just a second when I show you the grand total. Okay,
Hi there.
so we are here in Coral. I just wanted to take a brief aside to show that in these counters, there is also alchemy equipment, and it is each pane of glass has a different one. So that one is one counter, this one is another counter. So make sure you get those two. Also, in some of the guild halls, you have these like locked cases where they are locked, but if you pick them, you're able to take the gems inside. I even believe that this over here.
It's how they recruit new members.
Okay, well, here, let me just Let me just wait till everybody's asleep so that I can demonstrate this. I'm pretty sure that though it is a crime to pick this lock, I think all of the ones inside are able to be taken and they're not considered stolen. So that is very nice. Hey, everybody go to bed. Okay, so let's just pick this lock for demonstration. Okay, that one was going a little too fast. I don't know what I was doing there. Okay, so I picked that, but we are able to just grab these real easy. And then we can grab these, and there's some more over here. So make sure you grab all the stuff in the counters as well as the various locked cases when you see something valuable. So I'll go ahead and continue to load up on money. Alrighty, I finally finished getting all of the stuff. I wasn't super specific about grabbing every single thing that wasn't nailed down for the Mages Guild, mostly just the alchemy apparatuses and the expensive books and soul gems, but I didn't sell any of these soul gems. And then the ingredients as well, which I made into potions, and we started at right around 3,000, and now we have just about 16,000. We actually had a little bit more, but I wanted to make sure we had a full set of armor, so I went and bought some steel gauntlets. During the course of this, we did level up to level 6. I did buy this minor life detection from the Dark Elf Alchemist in Leowen, so it's like the only mysticism spell that we can cast, that we could have casted when it was below 25. That way we can cast Soul Trap, and then we can incorporate that into our builds and stuff later on. It's really prohibitively expensive because we don't have a lot of points in mysticism, but we can definitely go ahead and add that to our repertoire. But I did want to put Electric Touch on number 3. That's going to be our new touch spell. Additionally, as far as stats go, I got my strength up to 63, the willpower up to 77, and my agility's up to 50, and that's about it. We're gonna go ahead and go north here and do the Skingrad recommendation quest. And let me just quickly start my timer before I forget. And let's go do this thing. Finally get some combat in here. It's just been all business this episode, which is important. It's good to have a solid foundation when you get started, so definitely worth doing. It's just I think it took me like 25-30 minutes to go around and do all of that. Oh, we do have an imp here, so we do want to get our destruction skill up to 50 like I mentioned, so use our destruction skill primarily to deal with the enemies and such that we're going to be facing here. So right here is Bleak Flats Cave, where our boy is going to be, so we will go in there and wreck some face on some zombies. I did grab the silver dagger, as I mentioned. There, oh, not the console there. There are 3 or 4 throughout the Mages Guild that you can grab, so alright, 2 electric touches and a stabby, and we can take out a zombie. Not too shabby. We're just picking up some more Cairnbolete mushrooms. Also, with all the alchemy that I did, we did level up our alchemy to 54, so we can now see, I think it's 3 of the effects instead of 2, as well as being able to drink more potions at once. Ooh, okay. 27, very nice. Oh. There's that kind of glitch that I was mentioning with me having switched over to the spell, but didn't quite get there. So, come at me, sir. I've asked. think that zombie was the one that was normally over here, so I'm gonna let our magicka regenerate a little bit, and then we'll go and deal with him so we can get 2 casts. That should be enough. Let's go get it. Hello, sir. Yes, yes, you. Right. Okay, we should have enough mana to take this one out too. Oh, not quite. There we go. And grab the mushrooms for restore health potions, of course. And there should be 2 more. There should be this one and 1 more. We're gonna quickly wait for our magicka to regenerate. At least a little bit. As you can see, the pumping that willpower has really helped out with that. I should have made special mention of this, but your magic regen is halved whenever you're in combat. So our magicka regen right now, we have 77 willpower. So let me pull up the chart. Okay, so we have 77 willpower. So let me just go ahead and put 77 in right here. So we have a little over 7 magic regen, so in combat it's 3.5. So as you saw when we were at 50, which was our base, that's how much magic we got outside of combat. So we're already seeing dividends. We're regenerating as much magic in combat as we started the game out regenerating outside of combat. That should be all the zombies in here, so we can go and talk with our buddy Earthor. There, so we can move a little bit faster.
I can leave the cave. Oh, thank you! I'm ever so grateful. You're heading back to Skingrad, aren't you? Could I maybe come with you? It'd be safer, I think. So, what do you say?
Yep, follow me.
Thank you. You're just too kind.
If you are on master difficulty, despite his sort of seeming penchant to be a coward, he is actually a pretty effective and capable follower, and he will follow you until you get into the Skingrad Mages Guild. So you can take him on some of the more difficult recommendation quests if that's what you are wanting to do, like Leowyn and Anvil, and he can help quite a bit in those. I think we'll be fine. We shouldn't need that. Yeah, we should be just fine. So we're gonna go ahead and just deliver him back to whence he came. Another consideration is with how much money we have. We can definitely use skill trainers to get our skills up. Excuse me. Getting destruction to 50, like I said, is the most important thing, and then everything else comes after that. After we get our destruction to skill to 50, we're going to want to power level our heavy armor so that it degrades slower, and then eventually, like, I think it's at 50. I think it's a journeyman one that you you don't have reduced spell effectiveness. So as we see right here, with the armor that we have of 19, we only have 85% spell effectiveness. That can get up to 95%. So that is very useful as well, especially when we start weakness stacking. It is going to be very, very useful to make sure that our spells are as potent as possible. So that's kind of like the damage and defense on the one. So as soon as he says a word,
What can I do for you?
then she will know that he's back, and we can finish the recommendation.
He's an interesting fellow. Selena's Fascinus can tell you more about him if you wish to know. Selena should be around.
Okay, recommendation.
I've spoken with Earthor, who seems to be all right. Good work. I'll see to it that your recommendation is sent in as soon as I have a free moment. As I've said, I'm rather busy. I'll get to it eventually, though, I assure you.
Thanks, Adrienne.
Adahorn Castle.
I always thought she was
Seems very happy.
a little bit of a nasty person when I was a kid playing this game, but she's not so bad. She's just maybe a little self-preoccupied. We're gonna go ahead and go to Anvil and do that quest, and I think that should take us to the end of the video. I think we should be able to do this quest then. So let me just quickly wait till the next day so that we don't have to go through multiple doors. That should be good. Oh, I forgot I had dropped an alembic here. I'll just pick it up for later. Alright, Kara Hill, tell me what's up.
Hello, associate. To earn a recommendation from me, you need simply prove you are able-bodied and prepared to learn something in the process.
Alright.
Unlike some frivolous tasks you may be given at other guild halls, this is a serious matter and has consequences. Are you prepared?
Yes, I'm ready.
Then allow me to explain the task. The Council of Mages has entrusted me with resolving a situation along the Gold Road. Several traveling merchants have been found dead along the Gold Road recently, with even more missing. The Council has asked that I put a stop to it. You are going to help me do so.
Oh, so you're just pawning off your work on me. Very nice.
We believe the killings are the actions of a rogue mage. Battle mages have been sent to the Brina Cross Inn, the only common link between the victims. You are to travel north to the Brina Cross Inn and speak with Ariel Gerard. She will give you further instructions.
Well, the character models, man, like, she got some bloodshot eyes. She's been smoking that reefer or something. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and fast travel to the Horse Whisper stables. I'll save us like 4 or 5 seconds, but everything in the name of efficiency, right? Okay, so... Oh, hey, it's Maik the Liar.
Maik knows much, tells some. Maik knows many things others do not.
Give me a rumor, buddy.
I do not wish to fight on horseback. It is a good way to ruin a perfectly good horse, which is to say, a perfectly good dinner.
That's nice.
Bye.
Bye. I love how fast he runs. I think in Classic Oblivion he was even faster, but that'll do for now. So we're gonna be going up this mountain here. I don't know how horses do with hills. Let's just quickly test that together. Not well is the answer. Not well. Oh boy. Maybe we just shouldn't use the horse when we're going up hills. This is kind of painful. It's maybe a tad faster than when you're walking yourself, but it really does not feel that way. Can you grab stuff while you're on horseback? You can, that's nice. Oh, there he is. Hey, what's up, Mike? Yeah. Alright, so here we are. Let's go inside. We have to speak with Ariel Gerard.
I'm listening, please.
There she
Go
is.
ahead. Hello, stranger. What can I do for you? Cyrodiil has sent you, has she not? Go and speak with Kristoff. Rent a room for the night. Once you have your room, I will meet you there. If anyone asks, you are a traveling merchant, nothing more. Do not say otherwise to anyone. No, friend, I'm afraid I don't know the way to Shaden Hall, but good luck in your travels. Please excuse me.
Ariel is one of the better looking NPCs, but man, that vacant stare.
Welcome to the Brina Cross Inn. Can I interest you in something to eat, or perhaps a bed for the night?
Yep.
Let me guess. Traveling on business? You don't look like you're out for a stroll.
You got it in one, my friend.
Ah, yes, thought so. We get many of them traveling through here. Well, we used to. Haven't seen as many lately. What with the, well, you know, the murders. I don't like to talk about it much, as it's bad for business. At any rate, would you care for a bed for the night?
Says the man who brings it up on our first meeting.
Right then. The bed is just upstairs at the back of the inn. Sleep well.
Cool.
Bye.
This is a scripted interaction with
Did I hear
Caminalda.
you say that you're a traveling merchant?
That's right.
Don't you worry, what with the recent killings and all? I'd be ever so scared if it were me. I haven't left the inn in days, just in case. Well, you take care of yourself. I'd hate to hear about another senseless death. Good luck to you.
What a nice, kind, caring person who is not at all suspicious. Alright, so our room is over here at the end of the hall. We're just gonna have to wait until Ariel comes, so we can just be like the little monkey and jump up and down on the bed. There she is.
Hello there. All right, it should be safe to speak here. Once you've rested, you'll need to continue along the Gold Road, heading east towards Kvatch. I shall be following out of sight along with a fellow battle mage. Make no attempts to speak to us. Trust that we will protect you. Should you be confronted by this cowardly mage, do not hesitate to protect yourself by whatever means possible. Once the mage has revealed himself, we will step in and settle the matter quickly. Now, get yourself some sleep. You'll need to be well rested.
Himself? That's a little bigoted there, Ariel. What if it's a woman? Okay, so for this quest, you actually do have to sleep in the bed. There are some strategies where you play on higher difficulties and you just don't level up to keep the enemies low level comparatively to you. I just think that's not a very fun way to play. I mean, why are you playing on a higher difficulty if you're just going to subvert game mechanics to artificially reduce it? It just, I mean, you're missing out on a lot of the game. You're missing out on several major quests and some of the better enchanted items. But if that is your boat, then no judgment, but you'll just have to do this quest early if you want to complete a bunch of them, because you do have to sleep for this quest. What is that? A bear? Oh, it's a horse. Dang, man. Did you kill a horse?
I'm afraid your journey ends here, traveler. I'll be taking whatever you're carrying. After you're dead, of course. I do hope it's more than the last few had. They were most disappointing.
Right. Well, she's a high elf, so she's gonna have elemental weakness. Pretty easy there. She does have a little bit of gold and her key. You can take her key to the Breeding Cross Inn, and she has a tiny little bit of money in there, like something like 50 gold or something. Can't be bothered, can't be asked. I'll just go over back to Cyrodiil, and we'll wrap this baby up.
Hello there.
Alright, Cyrodiil.
So, what of the rogue mage? Has he been found?
Man, what is it with you Anvil mages? It was a girl.
A she, you say? And she's dead. Well, Ariel and Roliand did what needed to be done. No more innocent deaths. At least for now. You have done well enough for yourself. I'll pass along my recommendation to Raminus. Though I must say, I doubt it will do you much good in the end. You'd be surprised how easily they forget about the little people.
I think that has less to do with you being a little person, Cyrodiil, and more to do with the fact that everybody knows you just pawn off work on everybody else. But alright, that is going to go ahead and do it for us today, guys. Go ahead and take off a moment so we can see our girl. We got a lot done in this episode, and in the next episode we will likely be doing the other Mages Guild quests. like I said, you can subvert them all if your only goal is to get the enchanting and spell making simply by going up to Frostcrag Spire, which is right about here on the map, I believe. But I kind of like the Mage's Guild quests, and it's actually cheaper too. You get some good spells. There's a couple of reasons why you would do it. So that's what we are going to be going ahead and doing. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.